Upworthy Nerdigans, this is the one and only Packer Girl 89 of Nerdigans Inc. And today's manga Nerdigan live reaction video is going to be for Jujutsu Kaisen chapter 263. But before I get into this recap and live reaction, we are at war with YouTube's algorithm, and it is slowly but surely killing my channel. And in order to defeat this algorithmic beast, we need you to please hit that like, share, and subscribe buttons. And because, of course, this channel, let alone this video, are not sponsored, if you love what we're doing and want to help keep me, my chaotic kitty over there, in this operation, literally alive and kicking, so we can keep bringing you more anime and manga content, whether it be news, analysis, or live reactions like this one, feel free to hit up our Cash App and PayPal. Links are in the description box below, as well as the link to our Patreon where we're doing anime live reactions there, because unlike YouTube, where I have to constantly worry about getting a copyright strike if I have anything on the screen, Patreon I don't have to worry about that. So I can actually have the anime and the manga side by side on the screen. And the more patrons I get over there, the more anime live reactions I will do, including, when it comes back, Jujutsu Kaisen. So make sure you guys go over there and subscribe to the $5 tier so you guys can have access to all of my anime content, including Suicide Squad Isekai, The Elusive Samurai, 2.5D Seduction, and Fairy Tail 100 Years Quest. And the link to that is in the description box below. So, last chapter of Jujutsu Kaisen, we were getting into the rest of the fight between Akotsu and Sukuna, and, kitty, and we were going to see Akotsu attempt to use Gojo's attack, Hollow Purple. So let's get to this chapter, see what's in store for us this week. Akotsu versus Sukuna, the small barrier ruptures. Ooh. Okay, this chapter is titled The Decisive Battle in the Uninhabited Demon-Infested Shinjuku, Part 35. Okay, we got a note here. When I wasn't feeling well, I couldn't watch movies or read because all I was watching was compilations of Messi's plays. Oh, the soccer player, so he is a soccer fan. Right, Kitty? Oh, yes! You're a fan of soccer too, huh, Kitty? Because you like playing fetch. You're a fetchy kitty. You a fetchy kitty. Go on your scratchy board. That's his makeshift kitty tower for now. I know, you want your kitty tower. Until we get more donations, I can't get you a kitty tower. I know he's not happy about that. Yeah, I know, Kitty. I know. He pulled it off. As powerful as Purple may be, he's still not fully comfortable using it. Even his own domain's barrier was destroyed. Yeah, dude, Sukuna got beat the fuck up. His face is all nasty. Oh my god. Ooh, and Itadori back on the scene. And Toto! So we got Itadori, well, Akotsu / Gojo. And we got Toto! Alright! Akotsu, it doesn't matter if we're caught in the crossfire. The second your technique recovers, drill as many purples into him as you can. We'll avoid it using my... I love it, his attack is called Boogie Woogie. I just can't. Using my Boogie Woogie. Immediately after the use of domain expansion, Ryomen Sukuna has once again fallen into a state in which his curse technique is painstakingly difficult to use. Meanwhile... Uh-oh. Kenjaku's curse technique, copied by Akotsu, has also burned out after using his domain expansion. Before the 5 minutes had passed, the use of Kenjaku's technique was halted. Uh-oh. Damn it! Rika-chan not hunting this body means copy is no longer mine, making limitless the burnt out technique. I thought I would still be able to use Kenjaku's. Was there some trick behind Kenjaku being able to use his technique immediately following a domain expansion? I didn't take any information like that when when I copied his technique. At least maintain the barrier for their sake. He's reached his limit, yeah. Guess that's why they call him the King of Curses. Even if, oh yes, there's a reason. There's a reason he's called the King of Curses. Even in a situation like this, his offense doesn't let up. Here I am distracted by a Kotsu. He won't let that opening slide. Well, fuck no, he won't. He's the king of the motherfucking curses. That's why. Flag Flash. Oh, here we go. Ooh. Ooh, way to make us wait. I can't with Toto's hand. I just can't. I forgot about that shit on Toto's hand. I forgot about that. Oh my god, I can't with that. I can't with that fucking shit on his hand. I'm not done hugging the spotlight just yet. Oh my god. Kotsu, that bundle of cursed energy, he still has shards of the barrier floating around. Until these shards disappear, there's no greater stage on which Boogie Woogie can shine. I fucking love that name. Ooh, got the speeding. Yes. Got agility in motion. Let's see if this works. I'll do this as many times as it takes. Wake. Oh, we going back into the Zeldaris scenario. Okay, for those of you that don't remember, I've been talking about for months. What the Zeldaris scenario is, in Nanatsu no Taizai, when, and this is after the Demon King, they got the Demon King out of Meliodas' body. He took possession over Zeldaris. And Zeldaris was in despair because he thought his wifey had died. And because of that, it was easier for the Demon King to take over. And in order to defeat the Demon King, you had to defeat him, like, inside, you know, in his subconscious, and Zeldaris' subconscious, as well as outside. And they managed to do that. They managed to do that by bringing Wifey into the picture. Or, you know, they found Wifey, brought her in, and Zeldaris managed to wake up and fight. And then they managed to defeat the Demon King on the outside as well. But here, Meliodas, it was obviously a different case. Meliodas didn't have this issue. No. But here, though, it's a little bit different. Because Megumi's sister is gone. She is just gone. You're not going to bring her back. Unless you're going to pull a Mashima. Which I don't think would be the smartest thing to do. Do not pull a Mashima, Gege. No. I really feel like, if anything, because we saw this in Chainsaw Man as well, with Aki. When he became, I'm spoiling it, but you should have read all of Chainsaw Man. With Aki, when he became a gun fiend, and there was that moment, like, right before Denji killed him, where, like, he remembered himself just a little bit. I feel like, I know a good chunk of the fan base wants, like, a Zeldaris scenario, but I feel like this is going to end up being an Aki scenario, if anything. If this ends up being a Zeldaris scenario, I will be so surprised. I really think this is going to end up being an Aki scenario, and it's going to end with Toji and Sis taking Megumi to the underworld. I really feel like it's going to go in that direction, but we'll see. But let's keep going here. I'll do this as many times as it takes. Wake up, Fushiguro! Dismantle! Alright, let's see. Oh God. I love this art. But he's selectively choosing the target of his technique. He's firing dismantle after dismantle directly at the barrier between mine and Fushiguro and Megumi's souls. That's why this is why I'm like, yeah, this is either going to be, it could be a combination of the two, mind you. But I feel like it is going to be a combination of the two, of Aki and Zeldaris, but we'll see. He's made a binding vow to make his strikes more effective at tearing my soul from this body. If I continue taking these blows, ooh, I won't be able to maintain this body and I'll lose. However, But here's the thing, as I said, this is very much like Zeldaris, though. You're gonna have to, Megumi's gonna have to want to regain control, essentially. He's gonna have to, like, live. He's gotta have that will to live. Otherwise, it's not gonna work. And Sukuna will be able to maintain control. If I simply avoid, and actually, you know what? That's kind of the same thing. If you think about it, it's kind of the same thing with Aki to an extent too. But if I simply avoid those blows, they'll have no other moves as effective. If I spare, if my spare vibra. Oh, yeah, that's right, the vibra slap. Oh my god, that's what it was called. It totally slipped my mind. If my spare vibra slap isn't recognized as my left hand, it won't function just one more time. Function just one more time. Take this. Go, Fiber Slap, go! There was no swap. Woo! Through the use of a binding vow, the range of Toto's technique has been extended. Our role ends once I dispel Gojo Satoru's seal. But what about Megumi? What will happen to him? Angel Karusa-san, I'm sorry, but we may have to rely on you in the end. Just as I said earlier, it's perfectly fine for you to stay out of the battle. Even if my domain is destroyed, we'll make sure there's no need for you to fight. I'd like for you to fire Jacob's ladder as the finishing blow. We'll take an ooh, this is gonna be interesting. We'll take an all-or-nothing gamble once more and attempt to split Sukuna and Fushiguro's souls. At the very end, we'll make the most of a strong point of my copy technique. A strong point? When dealing with my copy, no one thinks of the original user of the copy technique. For whatever reason, all they think about is what and how many techniques I have in my stock. They don't stop to think of the possibility of the original user with the same technique appearing. That is very true, especially for those who know how my copy works. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking it is me taking the technique instead of copying it. The true strength of copy is having two of the same card in our hand. I see where you're going with this, Gege. Oh, maximum output. Jacob's ladder. Oh, shit. At the 11th hour, they play their trump card. Where will this battle to the death go next? And there's going to be a break next week. But even with Jacob's ladder, I still think this is a Zeldaris scenario. This is a Zeldaris scenario. There's no way that that even if you manage to separate Sukuna from Megumi, that he is going to survive unless he wants to live. That's just how it's going to be. Hell, as I said it earlier, you can maybe separate him, but still, if Megumi doesn't have the will to live, Sukuna will be able to maintain control of Megumi's body. That's the thing. But man, the other thing though that I keep thinking about too, and again this kind of goes back to like a little bit of an Aki scenario. Well, it's kind of like more. I should rephrase this. This is kind of like what would happen. What happened with Toji, if anything. Because remember, the whole thing with this arc here that we're getting, it's a throwback to what happened in the Shibuya arc. And remember what happened with Toji in the Shibuya arc. He was technically possessed, but then he regained control for a second. He gained control and killed himself. I still think that's going to be what happens here. I think he's going to regain control for a second and kill himself. I really think this is either going to be a full-on Zeldaris scenario, or you're going to have this be like a straight-up Toji scenario and Megumi is going to kill himself. Or, as I said earlier, this could be an Aki scenario where we're like with Denji had no choice but to kill Aki. There could be that possibility too, where Itadori realizes he has no other choice but to kill Megumi. There's that possibility too. So you got three scenarios. You got the Zeldris situation where Megumi would survive, but again, with that requires Megumi wanting to live. That's gonna be really hard to do. But but like I said, with the Zeldris scenario, and I've said this before, you gotta see what's going on in Megumi's subconscious for that to work. And that's something that's really bothered me throughout this, is we're not seeing everything that's, and it's kind of the same with Aki too, if you think about it. You're not seeing what is going on in Megumi's subconscious, whereas in the Zeldris situation and in Aki's situation, we saw what was going on in their subconscious. So I don't know why we're not getting any of that. That really bothers me. I'm hoping we're gonna see it here, and obviously we better be seeing it next chapter. But man, I can't be the only one that's kind of annoyed by all of this. I'm hoping we'll get like a few kind of like what we saw with Jujutsu Kaisen. What was it, yesterday, where we saw I'm spoiling Jujutsu Kaisen to deal with it, where we saw like Kitami's point of view, like why he sacrificed himself. I feel like if we get something like that for Megumi, then I think I can forgive it. But man, I would have rather just seen it like throughout this arc a little bit more. But yeah, but if Gege does give us Megumi's point of view, then I will not be mad at it. But man, I really, really, really wish we would have had something like what we saw with Zeldris, or more so what we saw in Chainsaw Man with when Denji was fighting Aki, like what we saw there in Aki's subconscious. I really wish we kind of had a little bit of that. Like where I know we've somewhat seen it, but I would have liked to see a little bit more of it, if that makes sense. But I'm really curious what you guys think about this chapter. And now that we got Jacob's Ladder added to the equation here, but do you think we're going to get a Zeldris situation? Do you think we're going to have an Aki scenario? Or do you think we're going to have something like Toji, where Megumi does regain control for a second and then kills himself to kill Sakura in the process? Part of me is really thinking that it's going to be more so part of me really is kind of hoping, I know it's fucked up, that I kind of want it to be a Toji situation. But part of me wants it to be a Toji scenario because as I said, because of the throwback to Shibuya. But the other part of me is like, I kind of want it to be more so of an Aki situation because of the bond that, because of the relationship that Megumi has with Itadori is really kind of similar to what we saw with Aki and Denji throughout Chainsaw Man in a way. So I wouldn't mind that at all either. But I know the majority of people would rather have the Zeldris scenario. But I just don't know if that's the only reason why I'm like, okay, a Zeldris scenario. Well, a Zeldris scenario is possible because obviously with Zeldris, we're dealing with the Demon King. We're dealing with the King of Curses here, so that's why I'm like, yeah, it's possible. But with Zeldaris had a wifey come back, a wifey that was alive. We don't have that here. We don't have Sis alive. Gege, I really hope you go down either the Aki path, or like I really hope it's like a mixture of Aki and Toji. That's what I'm hoping for, is a mixture of that. And I hope we get to see what's like kind of like what we saw with Jujika no Rokunen with Katami. I really hope we get to see like what's going on through his subconscious as well. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, what you guys think. With Jacob's ladder in the equation, what scenario do you think we're gonna get? Zeldarisk, Aki, a Toji situation, or a combination of the three, or none of them at all? Let me know your thoughts, and remember to like, comment, share, and subscribe to Nerdigans Inc. Love what we're doing and want to help keep this operation alive and kicking so we can keep bringing you more Jujutsu Kaisen content. A few ways you could do that: donate to our Cash App, PayPal, Patreon, purchase something off our Amazon wishlist, all that's in the description box below. Also, make sure you follow us on Twitter, Twitch, Discord, friend us on PlayStation Network, that's in the description box below as well. And until next time, Nerdigans, I will be seeing you later. Bye.